3, 2, 1.
That was very slow.
So even though that turn was kind of pathetic, we're here to talk about this song a little bit more, and I really want you folks to know a little bit about your heritage and where you're from. And because that actually figures into the song a little bit, believe it or not. So tell us a little bit about that.
From Nova Scotia, down in the Valley area. But the whole province is very much, we've got a beautiful music heritage up there with the Nova Scotia music. Many people up there love the bagpipes. And so summer parade music, just grew up with that, with the gorgeous marching bands. And that
And not everyone is a bagpipe fan in the world.
Exactly. But up in Nova Scotia, you have a lot of those people who love them in one province.
Absolutely.
Which is very cool. So when I heard this song, hearing the bagpipes just made me so happy.
And there's a mix of two pipes that I used in there, because originally when I did the music, when I was starting to come up with the idea for the lyrics, I didn't have the idea of doing a Scottish flavor, because of course, correct me if I'm wrong, Nova, New, Scotia, Scotland, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that connection there, right? But then I thought, hey, this would be great. Why don't we try this and see if this would work? So I took a lot of time, actually over the course of several months, as I was working on other songs, and I started listening to some traditional Scottish music. I did listen to some groups from Nova Scotia. In my listening to Scottish music, Nova Scotia music, not only the old stuff, but also some of the modern stuff too, I thought, yeah, I think I could do this and match those words. Now, if you're a musical purist, if you're a theorist, and you know your history, etc., there are a lot of chords in the song that would not be in traditional Nova Scotian or Scottish music. All right, I'm aware of that. Some ninth chords and some progressions that just would not be possible and aren't there. But it's supposed to have the flavor. So hopefully I captured that. And there's two sets of pipes. I used the Highland pipes, the big ones for the war pipes. For some of the drones in the background, but the melody you're hearing is the Uilleann.
Which is my favorite. I love that.
You like the?
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? Is it Uilleann or Uilleann?
I usually say it with the "y" on the beginning, but
Uilleann.
I'm not a
Okay.
walking dictionary. I'm very, very full
Okay.
on.
All right, so I know how it's spelled because it shows up that way in my virtual instruments that I'm able to use. So, let's see. Let's talk about the process of the lyric writing. Wonderful message. He is sufficient for me. How'd you come up with that?
I was at church, which is usually where my lyrics happen. They start there. I love.
So do you listen to the sermon and then you're writing lyrics while that's it?
Yeah.
Confession time.
Confession time. Yeah, so that's usually where it happens. So I put word pairs together, some phrases
Excellent.
that sounded good.
Right.
I like to start with the subject-verb combinations, and then put the dependent clauses in later, your prep phrases and stuff like that. So if you get the really good word patterns at the beginning, so that's where it started.
Grammar. Grammar.
The basics.
Okay, so you're sitting there hearing a sermon, and he is sufficient for me. That just
That was
stuck with you.
the big theme that stuck out. So we only started out, of course, with the first verse and the chorus, and then you said,
Yes.
hey, can we bring in the second verse? That's always what scares me, because I struggle writing the second and subsequent verses. That's the hard part for me. The first verse, it's a dream, and then the hard work starts.
The hard work starts. Well, it turned out great, and yes, we did write the music. I wrote the music to your words, and then, hey, this is ready to go. I need a second verse. So Facebook messaged, and then workshop some of those lyrics, and you got them to me. It's fantastic. We hope it'll be a blessing to you, an encouragement to you. He is sufficient for me.